Education is a passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Guys, Professor Presbury back with another episode of Hey Professor, the show where we talk about everything you wanted to know about the allied health, health administration, healthcare management, and health information management field. I am your professor, Professor Javon M. H. Presbury. Thank you and welcome back. Hey guys, I'm just super excited today. I don't know why. Nothing's even happened. I just feel very, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Seize the day. Anyway, let me tone that down a little bit. Today's episode is going to be about the non-laterality of success. The reason I say that is because I had a lot of people that know me and they say, well, Javon, you're successful. That's true, but that wasn't always the case, And I think that at any age, you can be successful. People need to really think about the fact that stumbling doesn't mean that you're a failure. It's just a part of the process. I meet people who think that if you're not, a certain thing at 18, then you failed. If you're not a certain thing at 24, then you failed. If you're not, if you don't have your master's by 30, you failed. That's not the case. People go back at any time, many different intervals. I have students that are starting their educational process in their 30s, and that's okay too. You don't have to get it done overnight. I know people that started a business at the age of 35, and they're doing fine as well. You really got to give yourself a chance to find your footing. And sometimes that means failing as well. Not that I want you to fail, but that's a part of the process too. Success isn't really just a thing that's only a solid straight line. Forgive the non-linearity of this video, but then again, maybe that kind of ties into the lesson, right? The lesson is that you can do anything at any time. So, don't really be embarrassed and don't hold yourself back. Again, success isn't always a straight line. Honestly, it's a lot of zigs and zags. I am at the director level as far as healthcare administration, and I'm also a professor, obviously, as you know me in that regard. But getting there wasn't just a straight line. I actually zigged and zagged a lot. I'll go over a quick overview. I was a clerk, then I was a release of information clerk. Then I was a coder. Then I was a coder some more. Then I was a remote coder. Then I was an auditor. Then I was a HIM manager. Then I was a privacy officer. Then a HIM director, and also at that same level of HIM manager, that's when I first took a professor job. So like I said, it's zig and zag. And what I mean is, like I said, I jumped around. I didn't stay in one place, right? And I didn't hit the ground running as a director right out of college. That's not what happened. I think a lot of times people have this understanding, or rather a misunderstanding, that the moment that they're done school, that's when things are going to take off. Sometimes they do, but guess what? Sometimes they don't, and that's okay too. I think that people have to really understand that things are going to happen at the speed they happen at. You may want them to happen sooner. I want them to happen sooner as well. There are things that I want, but it doesn't always work that way. So it really kind of happens in its own speed. Just kind of give you a little bit of background on me and, also people that I know that are very close to. I have a sister who is also in healthcare, and she is in management, right? My sister, when she graduated from nursing school, I think she spent another year and a half, maybe 2 years, working at a department store selling credit cards, trying to sign people up for credit cards before she actually got her first nursing job. That's why I say success is a non-linear path. It doesn't happen right away. And also, don't be afraid of setbacks. That's going to happen too. There are people who, are ultra successful and they didn't really hit the ground running until a little bit later. And that could be your story as well. And that's okay. Like for instance, right, for myself, like I said, I didn't get, an administrator level until I was, a little bit older. I want to say definitely in my 30s. I got out of school and I didn't just hit the ground running. That's very rare. If it should happen to you, that's great. But if it doesn't, then that's fine too. Like I said, even as far as failure goes, and this ties to my other video, that failure only really matters if you allow it to, if you let it kind of defeat you. For my RHIA, right, I failed the first one. I didn't pass it. I failed by 1 point. And of course, that frustrated the hell out of me, but that's just life, right? But I got back up on the horse, or whatever you call it, and I was like, you know what? It's not over. You know what I mean? I really focused and honed in on the fact that I can be successful and I can continue to thrive. Some of the moves I'm making right now, I'm hoping that they pay off. Everything else I've done has worked out. And that's why I kind of like this channel, right? Because it's like, Yeah, am I here? Yeah, but I started here. You know what I mean? I've been a janitor before. I've done all kinds of things. I've done like every job, right? So it's not like I'm just some guy that just, succeeded, and I can tell you from a place of success. I can tell you from a place of success because I am successful, but I can also tell you from a place of failure because I've done that too. I've lost jobs, which means that I failed. I didn't do them very well. So don't really get down on yourself if, maybe you hit the ground and you kind of get stuck for a second. Really resolve yourself to find the inner strength and kind of find your focus and get yourself out of that position. But don't ever be down on yourself, and don't ever think, hey, I'm 24, I should have this by now. I'm 25, I should have this by now. We make plans and it doesn't always really go the way we want. So really just circling back, at any age you can be successful, right? Success is non-linear. I may fail tomorrow. I may find something tomorrow that I may not be good at, but I know myself and I know that I'm going to kind of pivot and find another path. I'm going to continue to push and continue to succeed for myself. So that's what I'm going to do. And guys, hey guys, it's Professor Presbury. I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, just understand that success is not linear. It can happen at any age. I have students that are in their 20s. I have students that are in their 30s. I have students that are in their 40s. You know what I mean? And I have students that are older than that. But I just want you guys to know that as long as you keep trying, then you can do anything you want to do. Again, it's Professor Presbury. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character. That is the true goal of education.